Alright, y'all. This is a late recording, but let's get right into it. Intro. Good evening from Korea. Hopefully that was worth the 3 hours it took to make that. It would have taken half an hour, but computers suck, which is kind of where my day started. So, as I mentioned in the last video, I spent pretty much all of yesterday just trying to download GTA 5 again. It did download it. It caused me some problems. It required me to update some drivers, but I messed around with it, and great news, it's running somewhat okay. I think I got one crash, and then I updated the drivers, and I don't think it's crashed since. It froze once. I have a feeling that's just because my internet disconnected, but other than that, it's been fine. Alrighty, we're back. I turned off that monitor that was giving me the purple light, and I'm not using my little phone flashlight like I was in the last actual recording. Let me know if that makes a big enough difference that you care. Anyway, I spent most of the day playing GTA 5. I was honestly just having a good time because I was saving up for a particular car called I don't think I have any footage of it, but I can probably find a picture. Bam. It's the Ruiner 2000. It's a car, but it can jump, has a parachute, missiles, and machine guns, and it's armored, I think. And it's actually kind of okay in terms of handling and speed. It's incredibly expensive. Normally it's like $4.5 million, but if you do a certain mission, it's like $4.2 million. But in order to do that mission, you have to buy a $1.5 million warehouse, and then do 32 other missions. I don't know why I decided to take that route, because those missions really didn't get me all that much money. I mean, maybe eventually they will, but I did take that route, so I spent all day doing that. But good news, the missions were fun. Like I said before in previous videos, I really enjoy that video game. It's got pretty much all the content that I want in it. And honestly, as long as it's new content, it's good content for me. Some of the characters can be annoying, but I really can't get enough of the game. It's very, very well made. And apparently they just said today that GTA 6 is on the way. Thank goodness for the amount of time I've been spending on GTA 5. It won't be coming out until 2023, 2024. So luckily I'll be able to play with my new toy, old Ruiner, for a while longer before I start to feel like a moron for it. I already do kind of feel like a moron for it because I had other things to do today, but not as many things as I would have. Because I forgot to mention to you guys, I did some cooking the other day. I made some chili, some Bears Creek brand darn good chili mix. I mean, nothing I cook is all that complicated, alright? If I put something in the oven instead of microwaving it, I consider it cooking, alright? So, putting something in a pot on the stove, boiling some water, putting in some tomato paste, and some chili mix, that's called cooking for me. And more excitingly for me, at least, I made a cheesecake. And those of you who have been watching for a while, which is pretty much all of you because there's 3 of you, know that I've been talking about this cheesecake for a while. I've been wanting to make it for a while, and I just kept not doing it. But I finally put my butt in gear, and I made it the other day. I left it in the fridge all day. I put some lemon pudding on the top and let that chill as well, as kind of like an extra frosting, just to give it a bit more flavor. And I let 2 friends try it. I have those clips coming up now.
It's really thick.
Yes.
Why is that?
It doesn't help that it's nearly frozen solid.
It's really thick.
Is it bad, though? No?
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah? Does the lemon work with it, or do you think it would be better without it?
I usually don't like lemon, but it tastes pretty good.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
It is a little thick, but
Yeah?
I think it's good overall.
Yeah?
It's an interesting cheesecake.
It's a difficulty because I'm not a chef. It's no bake. Like, it's all like mixes and stuff. and I just tried to use like lemon pudding to make it a little bit more interesting.
That's why it tastes like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Does the lemon help or hinder it?
I think neither.
Neither. It's just kind of middle
interesting-
ground.
Yeah.
It's just kind of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm not a chef, but as long as it's edible, honestly, I'm happy.
It's pretty good. Like, yeah.
Hey, if she's taking it back to her room to eat it, I'll take it. Good enough for me. Have a good evening, guys. They both thought it was all right. It was too thick, they said, which honestly I get because I left it on a plate on its own in my fridge for like 3 hours. So it was way colder than the stuff that was on the bottom level, like away from the little like chiller in the fridge. And it was by itself. It was a lot colder than, you know, the stuff that was, as I said, away from it and in its own like full pie thing. So not only was the plate freezing cold, but the fork was freezing cold, and as a result, the cheesecake was a little bit stiffer. But they both said the flavor was fine. As you may have seen in the clip, my buddy there said that it just kind of, the lemon didn't like make it any better or worse. It just kind of added to it, which, I'll take. I mean, it was just kind of a guess. But honestly, I tried it. I was blown away. I have that video as well. Bam. Holy cow. No, that's like crazy good. I think the slice I gave them was thicker because it was in the fridge by itself. It's super soft. The cheesecake and the lemon like blend together. I wasn't expecting that because cheesecake's normally a different texture, but with this no bake, it's pretty good. The only thing I can think of to say is that the crust to filling ratio is like really low. Holy cow, that's amazing. I mean, it's not quite what Grandma used to make, but on scale from like, no, that's not cheesecake, that's a saltine, and what Grandma used to make, this is like an 8. This is really good. It took like an hour in total to make. Yeah. Sick. I don't know. I'm just a huge cheesecake fan, and like I said, that other piece was a little bit, firmer as a result of being colder. So mine was a little bit warmer, a little bit softer, and I really liked it. The lemon was just barely on the edge of noticeability, and like I said, the flavors blend pretty well. I very much liked it. I was excited for it because I'd been putting that off for forever, and I finally did it, and it paid off. I mean, it's not, it's not gourmet. It's you don't even bake the thing. Like the cheesecake is like all pre-made. You just put like sugar, butter, and milk in it, and mix it around, and like apply it to the pie. Like pie is cheesecake. Is cheesecake a pie? Wow. I mean, it's more like a pie than a cake. I'm going to have to Google this. All right, editor, me, you fool. Put up an image of your Google search results. Is cheesecake actually a cake? Bam. If it is, I'll be surprised. Anyway, so yeah, I made that cheesecake. I really liked it. My grandma always made great cheesecakes. Hi, Grandma. I think you might have subscribed to my channel because my channel went from 10 subscribers to 11. And if you did, hello. Shout out, Grandma. You make the better cheesecake. But like I said in the video, mine's getting there. A little bit of lemon. A little bit of a chef's touch. I am officially a licensed Gordon Ramsay. Check me out. Still have to teach me how to knit, though. Well, you kind of did. I just wasn't paying good enough attention, and I didn't commit it to memory. But, what else is new? Anyway, after trying out the cheesecake, I got on a call with my buddy Apollo for, it must have been like an hour long. I'm tired, and they're a moron. So, it was just kind of an hour and a half at least in total of us just going back and forth making each other angry / laughing our butts off. So it was a good call. I haven't heard from them since I was home, so about a month. And it's good to just talk to people, you know? You spend so much time texting and just kind of feel alienated. Just kind of feel alone. But you call somebody, see somebody face to face, that's nice. That's good. It makes you feel like a human being again, you know? So I was grateful for that. It made my day. And just recently, it's why this video is being recorded at 10 p.m. I finally finished all of those 32 missions, and I got that Ruiner. The guy I got to do it with, because normally in GTA the biggest problem is the other players. I am not a violent player. I could probably find a screenshot of my kill-death ratio, but safe to say, about a week ago it was 0.07%. I am not a violent player in that game. There are people out there with like a kabillion to none death ratio because all they do is fly around killing people. And sometimes when you have to do a mission, you have to rely on another person. And that person will just screw you over immensely at every chance they get. Always. Because why not? But yeah, the guy that I ended up doing the mission with was super cool, super helpful. The mission itself was actually way easier than I thought it would be. And we both like kind of handled both areas that we were given. It was an area that you were in. You had to drive around blowing stuff up. Fun mission. Felt like an action movie even though I sucked at it. And so we're both driving around. I'm on kind of my half. He's on kind of his half. And we don't communicate any of this. We just kind of work together well. So that was a lot of fun. Just getting to do that, honestly. Because it was something I had looked forward to for so long. Because as a result of that car being so expensive, I mean, the first few days of me playing that game, I was like, oh, that's the end all. That's the last thing that I want. That's the most expensive thing that I would want to buy in this game. And it is. By a lot. And like before I did that, I've put a lot of work into that game. I have basically every asset that you can have, because a big part of GTA is having businesses or at least kind of facilities where you can run missions and make money. And I have pretty much all of those, which is nice. It's a good thing to have in the game. And I did all of those before getting the Ruiner. So I have a ton of playtime in that game, all of which I was thinking about, you know, oh, this end goal, this super cool thing, I can't wait to get it. But that whole time I was thinking about that, and I finally have it. I bought it and I drove it around for the first time, and it's absolutely fantastic. After driving in that game for days worth of time, and you know, you use your two-dimensional movements, left, right, back, forth, being able to be in a car that can jump and think in 3 dimensions. Like when I was playing the mission for the car, I was driving and hitting roadblocks because that's just what I'm used to doing in a car. But then I saw my buddy jump over one. I was like, oh, right, we're in a $5 million, not even a supercar, it's like super powered car. You might be able to hear the 10 o'clock, I think that's Retreat, playing through the speakers on bass. Sorry if that's loud. But yeah, it's a whole new way of looking at the game, and it's so fun and so cool. And the car itself is styled after Kit. My memory is terrible. If I already talked about it and said I would show a picture of it, you've already seen it. But it's styled to look like Kit. You know what? I'll throw up a picture of Kit. Bam! There we go. Kit was like an old style TV show where there was a talking car and I think David Hasselhoff. And they solved crimes, I think. I've only seen a couple episodes. Yeah, it's super cool. I don't know. It's strange to feel so accomplished in something that is not real at all or tangible, because that feeling that you get from doing it is completely tangible and it's completely connected in your mind. Like I've accomplished something. And to me, it's a legitimate putting in of time so that I can do something that I enjoy. And that is real. But the thing I enjoy is fake. It's like putting in It's like going to the movies, but it takes you 2 days worth of doing something to go see the movie. And you can go and see the movie whenever you want. It's not something tangible. You don't have the movie. Maybe you have a disc. Maybe you have a DVD. Sure, I have a computer mouse. I can hold that in my hand. But that's not the actual thing you worked for. That's not the aspect of the thing you enjoy. It's that movie. It's in your brain. It's enjoyable, but it's not tangible. And for me, having that thing in the video game is something that I get to enjoy. It's something that I get to drive around and look at, and I get to play the game a different way now, even though it's completely not real. That accomplishment is real, and it makes your day. You know, I was talking a while back about getting the Paragon R, that black car that I really, really like. I don't know if that actually made it into a video, but you know, I can throw up a picture of it. In fact, I still might even have a picture of it. Bam. Yeah, I was talking about getting that, and like the memories connected with that, being able to drive that again. It feels good, you know. Video games, they're weird. They're weird like that, but it was great. It was a good day of legitimately accomplishing actual things, like talking to a friend and trying my own cooking and feeling accomplished in those things. And it was a good day of being accomplished in less tangible things, that video game. Meeting friends who worked just as hard as I did to accomplish a goal. It's been a good day. Some days you do nothing but play video games and sit on your butt and you feel awful. I don't feel awful because it was legitimately hard work and it was fun. It was challenging. It was different. And it got me a legitimate reward, even if it, you know, isn't out here in the real world. I would love, I would love to have, I think it was a Trans Am. Kit was a Trans Am, I think. I would love to have a Pontiac Trans Am just here. Because right now all I have is a scooter. But because of the same rules that are in place to keep me riding a scooter, I can't have that. So it's nice to have it in a video game. Anyway, tomorrow, probably a bit more the same, bit more Grand Theft Auto, a lot more calling my friend, and a significant amount more working on actual work, because there's things that I have to do by Monday, and it's Saturday now. I have all of Sunday to do it, and there's actually not all that much I can do, to be honest. That UNC video I've been talking about, I think I mentioned the 3-star general and all that in a previous video. My memory's legitimately shot. Point is, there's a lot of changes being made to it. Fundamentally, like as a concept, it is an audio line of narration, and then we have a rule called see dog, say dog. No, say dog, see dog. If the person says dog, the viewer sees a dog. So we take that line of narration, whatever they're talking about, here's some imagery. That's the very, very basic concept of it. And they're changing the narration. So I don't know if they're saying dog. So I'm just going to clean up what I have best I can. Go from there. So, thank goodness. That'll let me play more GTA. But, yeah. Also, I might make an outro. We'll see. I don't even have the slightest of an idea what the outro could be. I know I was saying I was kind of planning it out, but nothing is legitimately coming at me and I'm like, ooh, that's a good idea. So, we'll see. And one day it would be cool if I could film some GTA 5, but my computer just can't handle doing both of those things at once. Or at least it couldn't before. Maybe now that I have those drivers figured out and it's been reinstalled and all that, maybe I can do it now, but we'll see. Maybe single-player GTA. That would probably be easier for it to run. Who knows? That's stuff for the future. But for right now, I want to say thank you for watching the video. Whatever time it is in this weird semi-corporeal but all at the same time enjoyable and fun world of ours, whatever time it might be, whether it be good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. I do sincerely hope that whatever you may be experiencing at the given moment is good. I really do, because, it was good for me. It can be good for you. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. This has been Overlord Pop-Tart, a guy who is seriously considering just using his real name because it's the internet. They're gonna find out if they want to. And I want to say thank you for watching all the way to the end. Stay frosty. See you in the next one. P.S. For my family who may not know what Stay Frosty is, on a Discord server I'm on, which is a kind of, okay, imagine texting, but for gamers. Wow, that was cringe. We were thinking of a catchphrase at one point, and because my character name is Overlord Pop-Tart, one aspect of a Pop-Tart is that it's frosted. So I took like the 90s, I think, era slang of Stay Frosty and made it like a pun on frosting. It's incredibly clever.